You know, when I made the bug, it was for flipping and pitching. And what I wanted was a bait that was a small type bait, that was creature type bait. And the neat thing about it is these legs, it's scored right there to where I can pull these legs off. If the bite's not very good, it's tough conditions, they're not biting it very good, I'll pull both legs off, and then it gives it a fall like a tube. If you throw it out in a swimming pool or clear water, it'll fall like a tube, it'll spiral down. But with the legs on it, every time you move it up and down, it looks like it's swimming. And it just swims up and down, swims up and down. And what I like to see happen, you know, very seldom do you go flipping anymore and they bite it on the first drop. What I like to see happen is it be a little bit tough and you got to flip it over a little old branch over there like that. I'm flipping over a little branch, you know, smaller than my finger, and I'm sitting there yo-yoing it up and down. Yoing it up and down, same thing with the jig. And I'm counting every time I lift it up. If he bites it on 4, if he bites it on 10, whatever he bites it on, he just gave you the key that you need to know of how long to leave it in that bush. If you go along there and flip it in the bush, and we've all done it, reeled it up to the top and one swipes at it, he's just telling you right there, you need to leave it just a little longer for him. And when you figure out how long to leave it, then when you go to that point bush over there and you know that you caught one off this point bush and that point bush, you know there's one in that point bush, that if you just soak it in there, yo-yo it up and down, then he'll bite it. And when I made the bug, I made it hollow so you can put a rattle in it, you can put sin in it. If you want to Carolina rig it, you can put a piece of ear foam in it. And that's why the bug's hollow on the inside, was to hold a rattle. I use a little old glass rattle. See if I got one here in my pocket. But right here, that's the rattle that I use. When you put a rattle in a bug, you just want to insert it right here, squeeze it up in there, squeeze it all the way to the end, up there by the head. Turn your hook over, hook it in there. Now, you can hear that rattle. And every time you pick it up and move it, it rattles. You know, when you're putting your hook in your bug, just go through the first side, the bottom side, and leave that hook inside the hollow spot. And then when you set the hook, it penetrates, it's just got one side to go through. There's no reason to push it all the way through. Just hook it through that first side and throw it over and you'll catch one. Not a big one, but just a nice little old keeper.